passed that time by Sproul, and the circus was on.
What's up, YouTube? It's Tyler Net, YouTube Tyler's Life. I'm about to be reacting to the once-in-a-lifetime shot that only Larry Bird can brag about. Yeah, let's get into it. I see Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen in the thumbnail, so I guess that's what it is. I think it's just Larry Bird and not Larry Bird, Scottie Pippen, Michael Jordan. Maybe it's a story about him, about Larry Bird playing against the Bulls. Yeah, so let's get into it.
Of Rich.
With 14 seconds left in the game and the score all tied up, Larry Bird, in the most dramatic fashion, hits one of the greatest game winners of his career.
During the timeout, I'm going through a play, and about that time, Larry steps in and says, Coach, why don't you just give me the ball and tell everybody to get out of the way? It's Larry. And when he wants the ball, he wants the ball. After the timeout, we walked back on the court, and then Xavier was guarding him. So he tells Xavier, he says, I'm getting the ball.
So the game is tied. At 1:02, Celtics have the ball, and with Larry, the shot clock is off.
Was under 10 seconds. And we came back out of the timeout. Larry said, I'm going to get it right here, X, and I'm going to shoot it in your blinking face. And I was like, well, I'll be right here waiting on you, too.
10 seconds. 5, and Bird has the basketball. Look out. 2 seconds on the clock, and timeout used by the Sonics.
He hit it and looked at me. He was like, damn, I didn't mean to leave nothing on the clock. And I just looked at him and said, oh, conceited bastard.
I get a charge when I tell someone on the opposing team that I'm going to hit the last second shot and then do it. That's what it's all about.
This step-back jump shot, a move that Larry Bird invented, coming from a 6'10" sharpshooter, was damn near impossible to defend. And to pull it out with the game on the line while telling his opponent exactly what he's going to do and where he's going to do it from, puts this game-winning shot at number 10 on this list of Larry Bird's greatest game winners.
Larry Bird, just phenomenal the way that he...
Honestly, I haven't heard any other player that's talked about like this. I don't know if I've heard anybody say that there's a player out there other than Larry Bird that says what they're going to do and then does it. I've never heard a story like that before. Now I think about it. Maybe I heard it before and just forgot. But as far as I know, only Larry Bird has done that. So yeah, that's interesting. That's very interesting. That he's that confident that he could just call it out before it happens. And he was just that good. He just knew it was gonna happen. I know I'm gonna score. I'm gonna tell you about it, and you can't do anything about it. That is a mental warfare when you're playing against like players that have an ego too, because it's like, oh yeah, you're not gonna do that to me. I'm such a great player. Like I've always been the man. I'm the man on my team right now. He does it. It's like it makes you second guess yourself. It's like, dang, a guy in this world could actually do that to me. Yes, because he's the best player in the world, and you're not. I mean, that's what it is. It's Larry Bird. So yeah, at that moment, yeah, I feel like it was him and Magic Johnson, and whoever. I think it was just him and Magic Johnson at that moment as the two best players in the NBA. Yeah, so it's crazy how someone can even do that, especially for a game winner. That's insane to me, because a game winner, there's so much pressure on the line, and the fact that you're saying you're going to do this to the person before doing it. Maybe it gives him more confidence. Maybe it pumps him up even more that, like, I'm going to tell you about it beforehand and then I'm going to do it. And maybe that's what gives him the push, him talking that out and then executing it. So, yeah.
Will contribute in the clutch time after time after time after time.
Imagine being able to build an app with your name on it just by thinking about it. Meet Base 44, a complete AI creation platform. Describe what you want and watch it take shape. You can plan, customize, and expand.
But number 9 on this list was a personal vendetta that went all the way back to when Larry Bird was a freshman in college. This is Kent Benson. When he was a senior and Larry Bird was a freshman at Indiana University, he bullied Larry Bird so badly that Larry dropped out and transferred to a different school. In fact, Larry Bird hated him so much that every time Larry's Celtics went up against Kent Benson's team in the NBA, Larry tried to embarrass him, like in 1985 when the Celtics played the Pistons at the Hartford Center.
I don't know if you remember this game, Larry, but
I did not know Larry Bird got bullied. That's crazy. But the fact that, like, where did you even get this information from? Did Larry Bird confirm this himself?
playing at
Let
Harvard.
me know if you guys know about the story.
And we walk out on the court, and Benson is guarding Larry, right? And Larry looks at me and he was calling me cheesy. He goes, cheesy, like you putting him on me. He said, you putting him on me. I was like, that's all I got, man. That's all I got right now.
Loop it to Parrish. Bird comes around the screen. Larry, good up fake. Another good one. He hits.
Larry Bird toyed with Kent Benson and gave him shot.
Larry, a little behind the back.
Oh my
pull up.
gosh.
2 more.
After shot.
Bird just kind of playing with Benson over there. Gave him about 5 fakes and hits.
Yeah, he has something against him. You can see that. From the 2 pump fakes to the sweep through, just playing with him, and then the step back. Like,
After shot.
toying with him.
Bird wants the ball on Benson. Hits again.
And with 4 seconds left, the Celtics down by 1. Everyone knew that the ball was going to Larry Bird.
I'm sure the Celtics will try and get the ball into Larry's hands somehow, some way.
But this time, as Larry Bird finds himself in a situation that he's been in many times before, the only thing standing between Larry Bird and victory is Kent Benson. And then this happens.
Bird had a little smile on his face as he came out, too. All right, here's Dennis. Gets it into Bird. Larry, a runner. Got it! Ball game's over. Boston wins.
A game-winning shot on your college bully after destroying him all game long.
Must feel good.
Sounds like poetic justice to me.
And he goes, I'm taking it right down
So poetic.
to the baseline. I'm going to shoot it right over him. So after the game, our buses were lined up next to each other, right? And Larry goes, hey, man, don't ever put that guy on me. Like, right?
Number 8 on this list is so incredible, it proves that Larry Bird was way ahead of his time.
All right, inbounds to Bird. He takes it inside for a 2 and gets it with 11 seconds to go. Celtics foul Sam Perkins, and they're down by 1. He's got the ball, yeah. 1 more free throw for Sam Perkins. He gets that one, so it's a 2-point Dallas lead.
Because when you're down by 2 points on a fast break with only a few seconds left on the clock, common basketball knowledge back then was to go to the basket, try to get a layup, and go to the free throw line. But Larry Bird, being the sharpshooter that he is, said, watch this.
And the Celtics bring it up court to Larry Bird from 3. Larry Bird! A 3-point shot with 4 seconds to go, and the Celtics lead by 1. Oh, mercy!
Incredible. Let's take a look at that one more time.
Wow, what a shot by Bird!
Sorry, Steph Curry. Sorry, JJ Redick. But Larry Bird is the father of the pull-up 3 in transition. And his game-winning pull-up 3-pointer when down by 2 proves that he was way ahead of his time and makes number 8 on this list.
Imagine the arrogance, the wonderful arrogance of a man who needs 2 to tie or 3 to win and says, let's roll.
Oh, it was 2 to tie or 3 to win. Oh my gosh. That was disgusting. And the fact, even back then, you just probably just thought he was going for a 2, and he just pulls it up on you and just cash money. That guy was going through it. Man, he was about to make grown men cry. This is crazy.
Roll the dice.
But number 7 was even better because he did the exact same thing in Phoenix when down by 2 with only 1 second on the clock. Except this time, he did it off of 1 foot and told the other team exactly what he was going to do.
We're playing Phoenix and we're way ahead, okay? When we're down in the old Saddle Dome that they had outside.
Right.
And Larry, we're playing good as a team. Larry has the worst fourth quarter known to man. I mean, he's throwing the ball to the other team. I'm like, good Lord, we had like a 15-point lead. Next thing you know, we're down 2. And I'm like, oh, how in the world are we going to lose this game, man?
So we have a play, out of bounds play. Larry says, I'm going to bust off the play, and I'm just going to come out, and I'm going to shoot a 3. And I'm like, no, don't do that. I'm like, let's shoot a 2, please. Go to the hole, try to get fouled. Let's just get into overtime, see if we can't win this game.
So, Larry not only tells me that, he walked by the bench and says, typical Birdie, just real slow, fixing to bust a 3 on your guys and go home. And so he breaks the play.
Max looking, loops it to Bird, a runner. It's good! It's good!
Wow.
And the Celtics win it! Bird hits and the Celtics win it! 103 to 101, a three-pointer by Larry Bird at the buzzer.
And he gets the ball, jumps out, busts the play, comes out, gets the ball at the slot, shoots the ball. As the ball's in the air, he kind of turns towards the Phoenix bench and yells, "Told you so!" He stops running to the locker room. And I just started laughing. I was like, oh, man.
That was Birdie. He had the confidence. Man, that dude had so much confidence. He talked to...
Yeah, the fact you can have that much confidence where you have a bad game, everything is going wrong for you, and you're still telling the other team that I'm going to hit a trade ball on you guys and to win the game after I missed all those shots, all those turnovers. You know what I'm saying? No one is like that. You're one of one. Like you're not one of many. You're one of one. Because I don't know many players that could do that if they're just going through a whole slump and they could call out a game winner and then do it. I don't think I've heard of any story like that before. Larry Bird is one of one, man. He's so different.
The coaches, he talked to everybody. He was talking trash all the time, man. But fun. Great competitor, man.
And number 6 on this list happened during the greatest series of all time. It was the 1981 Eastern Conference Finals versus Dr. J and the Philadelphia 76ers. And these teams absolutely hated each other.
There's Dr. J trying to hold Bird. Bird retaliates, and
And look at
Jay hitting Bird as he's being held from behind by Barkley and Moses Malone.
There's no greater time in basketball that I've ever had other than going out and beating the 76ers.
And after Larry Bird and the Celtics went down 3-1, Larry Bird hit a series of clutch buckets in Game 5 to push the series to Game 6.
On and out, Caldwell Jones in there. Going to the hoop, Bird. He could not be denied. Larry Bird. Intercepted. It's over. The Boston Celtics, who are down by 6 points with 1:28 to go. But Bird came back in the final crucial moments and did it when he had to do it.
And then in Game 6, after the Celtics were losing by as much as 17 points, Larry Bird carried the Celtics to a comeback victory to force a Game 7.
Bird out to Tiny with 8 seconds on the...
Okay, so 76ers and Boston seemed like there were some they were rivals, because the fact that 76ers took them to Game 7 shows that it wasn't like a landslide. Like 76ers were winning some games too. They had to win 3, and Celtics won 3, and then I assume that Celtics won that series. Well, yeah, they did. So let me know if you guys want me to react to the 76ers back then. It seemed like Julius Erving and Larry Bird were rivals at the time.
It's on Bird. Larry Bird shot. Drops for him. Look at that shot. And that'll do it. The game is over. Boston has won. Only 3 teams have come back from a 3-1 deficit to force a 7.
Oh, they were down 3-1. I didn't even know that. I didn't know Larry Bird came back from a 3-1 deficit. Because the Warriors did it. I didn't even know. When it happened, the way they were advertising it recently, it's like no one has ever done it in history. When I think it was the Warriors. Yeah, maybe was the Warriors that were up 3-1 or were down 3-1 to OKC and then lost. Like the OKC lost. I swear they were saying that the Golden State Warriors are the first team to do that. But even back then, they were saying that Celtics were like the first of a few teams that did it, like 3 teams. I did not know that it was at that point where it was like the Celtics were down 3-1 and they were about to lose the series. And then they won 3 in a row. That's crazy. I did not know that. I learned something new today. That's crazy.
And in the final moments of Game 7, with the score tied up, Larry Bird does what Larry Bird did over and over and over again in the clutch.
Irving setting up for something. Fakes. Low into Dawkins. Double team. Dawkins goes in. Misses. Here comes Bird out of the pack.
Bird coming to the left. Stop and pop off the glass. It's gone. Austin leads 91-89. 1 second left. And the pass hits the top of the backboard. And it's over. They came from 3 of 1 down. And they have won the series. It's all over. It's all over. This place is a madhouse.
Being a nice person who's good at your job is nowhere near enough. You need to stand out.
This game-winning jump shot helped Larry Bird versus a team with 3 Hall of Famers on their roster pull off the greatest 3-1 comeback of all time, making this number 6 on this list. And now for the top 5. And number 5 on this list could have easily been number 1 for the sheer level of difficulty of the shot.
The greatest buzzer beater of them all was against Portland on a Sunday afternoon in Boston.
Doing a good job of staying with Dennis Johnson on the way up. Bird. Got it!
Larry Bird was torching the Portland Trail Blazers and ended up with 48 points.
Boston with 14 seconds on the clock. Top of the key, Larry. Spins, drives. Got it!
But the last 2 were the most incredible because down by 1 with only 2 seconds left on the clock, Larry Bird did this.
Jay is going to put the ball in a play. He's not being guarded. It goes to Bird. Bird up fakes. Bird takes the shot. It's gone!
Ooh, that's so crazy.
Oh, my goodness! I can't believe it! It is gone from the corner! Oh, my! What a magnificent finish to this ball game!
The thing is, Drexler didn't even he didn't even want to go over there because it's like, okay, he's stuck in the corner. He's not about to make that. But little does he know, Larry Bird is going to make any type of shot you throw at him, especially when the game is on the line. He's fading out of bounds and still gets his ball through right, and it still goes in. Insane.
Bird from the corner. Bird did it.
At this point, Larry Bird was known as Mr. Clutch because he hit so many of these clutch shots again and again and again. But number 4 on this list came from the 1986 season, which was Larry Bird's best season. Because he was so much better than the competition, he got bored one night and decided to play a game left-handed.
Larry was well known for predicting what he was going to do on the road trips. They asked Larry, well, so Larry, you come to the end of the road trip. Well, what do you got in store? You've achieved all your milestones. He said, I'm going to play this game left-handed. And they said, yeah, right. So no, I'm going to play left-handed. And if the game's in doubt in the fourth quarter, I'll switch back to right. But he played the entire game left-handed. And he had a triple-double.
Yeah, he shot that with the left hand, floated underhander, and made it look simple. Down at the corner. Larry Bird with that left hand again, and that's what makes him so tough.
Okay, so I've seen this game 20 times probably. I've reacted to this so many times, the left-handed game. And he had 20-something points out of the 47 points he had. Crazy. Yeah, but I'm gonna try to skip ahead to the next story because I've watched this so many times. I reacted to this so many times, so I need to skip ahead to the next one.
2% shooting, 14 rebounds, 11 assists. He had 1 steal and 1 block. Another triple-double for Larry Bird, his second consecutive one.
Some night it goes in, some night it
doesn't. Second consecutive triple-double. Oh, my gosh. What?
No, that night it happened to work out. But if I remember correctly, we won that game in overtime by 1 point. So, probably shot with my right hand the whole game.
Yeah.
And number 3 on this list was the greatest test of.
I was thinking the same thing because the game was so close. And I remember watching it I'm like, he should have probably shot with his right hand, but it's he did it and he won the game because he can. He almost lost the game, but he won it. It's Larry Bird.
Larry Bird's toughness.
He got
Because
it
it
done.
happened during the most physical game of the greatest rivalry in NBA history on the biggest stage in basketball. Game 4 of the 1984 NBA Finals versus the Lakers was a movie.
Now Kareem with McHale guarding, feeds Cooper.
The Celtics just have not been able to pick up that cut.
Larry Bird backed up Michael Cooper into the photographer's lane as he got the inbounds pass. Here's Kareem, outlet to Worthy, Rambis. And now let's watch it. Cooper and the Celtics, and now the bench is empty. He was decked by two Celtics and hit the floor hard, and both benches have emptied. And you knew this was going to happen. You could see it coming.
When you catch something, you got to knock it down to slow it down. And that's what they did. And just all hell broke loose.
Kareem, double. Bird fights Kareem. Swings the elbow, and now is yelling at Larry Bird. Jaw to jaw. And they better pull him apart.
Bird and Kareem fighting for the rebound. And Kareem hit him with an elbow, and he's upset. Now Bird over there saying, why did you hit me? And Kareem saying, listen, pal, get off my back.
Larry Bird was hit in that jaw, and I guess Kareem drew a little blood.
If you put this tape right now and make some of these guys watch the NBA, who are in the NBA right now, watch this, and they go, oh my God, this was grown-ass man basketball.
And with the score tied up, with 34 seconds to go in overtime, Larry Bird gives us one of the signature moments of his entire career.
Dennis, he told me this one story. We were playing, I guess it was in 84, 85, one of the series, but Casey Jones was drawing up a play. And Larry was kind of like watching, and then finally Larry said, hey, coach, give me the fucking ball till everybody get out the way. I love that story because that's dominance there. That's some shit only great ones say.
We're in overtime, tied at 123.
Casey drawn up the play for coming out of the huddle, and Larry turned and said, you guys want to win the game? Just give me the ball and get out the way.
But here's Henderson with it. 18 on the shot clock. I think the Celtics will use most of the clock here. Nearly a steal by Worthy. Dennis Johnson with Cooper all over him. He can't do a thing. Bird turnaround, hits. And the Boston Celtics have even this NBA World Championship Series at 2 games apiece.
The Celtics won that series, which was Larry Bird's second championship.
I have a question for people in the comments. What was the most iconic series, or just the best series that Larry Bird has ever played in, and the most entertaining series? Was it one of the LA series? Was it one of the LA series, or was it one of the Philadelphia series against the Sixers, Julius Erving, Charles Barkley, and all those other players, and Dawkins and those guys? What series was the best series that you've watched? That Boston Celtics team play against another great team.
In 5 years, but winning against his arch nemesis Magic Johnson and the Lakers made the taste of victory that much more sweet.
One game we played the Lakers in the Forum, and we was fortunate enough to win at the end. There's a lot of fans around, and when we won games on the road, we tend to stay a little bit longer and celebrate. I was very quiet and very humble that day, and I was looking out the window, and I happened to see Irvin walking across the parking lot to his car. And I just watched him. I could see the pain on his face, the look in his eyes that he was a beaten man that day. So if my thoughts in my head, my other teammates were talking, doing their own thing, I was just watching him. I said, suffer, baby, suffer.
Okay, I'm just almost finished this.
If you're from Canada and you have over $10,000 of debt, credit cards, payday loans, lines of credit that you can't pay off or get to zero, don't worry.
And number 2 on this list showed that his sharpshooting was not luck. It was all skill.
I remember we were playing Washington in Washington one night, and Larry just hit what would have been the game-winning shot, but KC called timeout.
And now quickly it goes underneath the center for King and stolen. Darren Day got in there and DJ picked it off. On the right now it goes to Bird. Bird fires, hit, and Jess Kersey says no. As he said, a timeout was called. Bird.
It's just crazy how Larry Bird can shoot a game winner off of 1 foot, and that's just like, that's not the first time I've seen him do that before. He loves doing that shot, but I don't know if it's just a reaction to like what his momentum is, and then coming downhill and doing that, or it's just like some type of like disrespect where it's like, I don't even have to shoot a regular shot, I'm just gonna do a runner. Because I'm just playing with your offense. Like you can't stop me, so I'm just gonna shoot off 1 foot. So I don't know. That's just Larry Bird's signature, I guess, because he's done it a couple times.
Down on his hands and knees, he jumped at a three-pointer, and it won't count.
In the very next possession, down by 3 with 7 seconds on the clock, Larry Bird did this to send the game into overtime.
Crowd is standing up. It goes now to Bird. Bird goes up top.
Wait, he did that. Okay, I've seen this before, but I totally forgot that he did that twice. The first shot was to tie up the game, I think. And then I don't know if it was like a second overtime thing, and he just hit a game winner again off of 1 foot. Yeah, at that point, I feel like he's taunting the team. He has to be taunting the team. You do a runner twice, and both of them are supposed to be like game-deciding buckets, or one is to send you to overtime to get a tie game, and the next one is to win the game. Yeah, that's crazy.
I field goal for Bird. 4 seconds left. He hits it, and it's all tied up again. My goodness.
The only other player that I've seen do that was Kobe, and that was off of 1 foot, going away from the basket on Dwayne Wade, and it hit the backboard. So yeah, that's the only other player I've seen do that when it comes to like game winners.
In overtime, down by 1 with 2 seconds left on the clock, Larry Bird gets cocky and tells the opposing team that he's gonna go to the same spot and do it again.
He looks at
so it was like a back-to-back type of thing. So he went off of 1 foot, hit his 3-point shot. It was still a clutch shot because it was a possession before that, and probably leads to him hitting another 3 to win the game. But yeah, that's crazy to shoot off of 1 foot twice. Yeah, he was definitely doing that on purpose.
But hey guys, when I come back after timeout, I'm going to go right to the same spot and I'm going to kick it in.
He told Washington, I'm going to get the ball. Yeah.
Danny Ainge to inbounds for the Celtics, trailing by 1, 2 seconds left. Into Bird, he fires. He does, and the Celtics win. Unbelievable. Larry Bird at the buzzer.
Incredible. But number 1 on this list is the most incredible, because Larry Bird did something that no other man in the history of basketball can say they've done. Because after Larry Bird had returned from a season-ending back injury and foot surgery, he played Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen at the beginning of their Chicago Bulls dynasty in a regular season game. The teams went back and forth.
Bagley against Paxson, 10 on the shot clock. Jordan on Bird. Quick feed into Jim Paxson for the layup. Larry Bird has KO'd the read. Jordan the steal. Scottie Pippen ahead to Jordan. Michael for the dunk. Bird against Pippen. Bird working on Pippen one-on-one. Hits the fadeaway.
And with 10 seconds to go, it was a tie game. The Celtics had the ball, and the Bulls put their 2 best defenders, Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen, both on Larry Bird, because everyone knows who the ball is going to. And then this happens.
Let's see if they wind it all the way down. Inside Bird low, Bird low. You can't double yet. Now you can quickly. Bird's jumper, good. 3.6 seconds left. Larry Bird gives the Boston Celtics a 2-point lead. Everybody in this building had to know it was going to. Michael came over to help out. Celtics lead with 3.6 seconds here, 102 to 100.
A game-winning shot while being double-teamed by both Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen, 2 of the best defenders of all time. Now that's incredible. Pat Riley said it best. If I had to choose a player to take a shot to save a game, I choose Michael Jordan. But if I had to choose a player to take a shot to save my life, I'd take Larry Bird. Enough said.
Hi, we're Fiverr, a global marketplace with freelancers offering thousands of digital services. Search.
Yeah, so that's it for the video. Like, comment, subscribe. Yeah, that was a great video. A lot of the clips I've seen already, but told in a different way. That other game winner against the Wizards, or not the Wizards, the Bullets, because back then they were called the Bullets. That was Washington Bullets against Bernard King. It kind of reminded me how it even led to that game winner, because the game winner, the shot before that in transition, he shot off of 1 foot. The fact that he even did that, I don't even know how many seconds were on the clock, but it seemed like it was a back-to-back type of thing. But I don't think it was enough seconds to shoot off of 1 foot, but he just did that because he could, and then told him he's going to do it again to win the game, and then did it. That's insane. I think that should have been number one, but I guess the one that was number one, the highlight, was against, I guess, the Bulls when they were to start their dynasty, and maybe that was the first year they won the championship, to go on to winning 3 in a row, and then Jordan leaving and coming back and winning 3 in a row again. So I guess because how good that team was, and how good they were going to be. So yeah, that was a good video. The ranking I probably would have changed, but I know it's based off of certain things and dialogue, and probably they wanted to put Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen in the thumbnail to push the video. But yeah, that was a cool video. Recommend any other videos. It doesn't have to be Larry Bird. It could be other players. It could be just athletes in general. I was reacting to Mike Tyson, my other videos, and it was pretty interesting. It's pretty interesting. And then also current players. Let me know what current players that you like, that you think are, I guess, going to push the NBA and are going to be the faces of the NBA. Like, let me know any players that you're a fan of. Just anybody. Just recommend that, and I'll react to it. And yeah. So I'm gonna end off the video. I'm gonna say a prayer. In the name of Jesus, I pray whoever's watching this video, bless them from the crown of their heads to the soles of their feet. Allow them to be strong in their mind, body, and soul. Whatever trials and tribulations they go through, allow them to be strong, and put God first and cast their cares and anxieties onto God. And whatever is going on in their mind, if there's any negativity, allow them to push that to the side, and act in the way that God would act, and know that whatever they go through, and if they keep a positive mindset, God is going to reward them. If they keep a negative mindset, they fail the test, because every situation that they go through that's hard in their life, God is testing them. And if they work through that and they understand that, they acknowledge that, and they have that mindset, God's got me, then you'll cruise through life, and the things that are not working out, better things will happen. Doors are open that you'd even know could open. So in the name of Jesus, I pray. Amen. So stay blessed, stay lit, and I'm out.